From construction of our opening title sequence, we learnt about a range of technologies. During the research stage, we used a range of online resources. Google Search was a key search engine as it provided us with a range of thriller film convention websites. Wikipedia was another search engine we used, which provided us with sub-thriller genres, which helped us to decide our own sub-genre of our opening title sequence. Film websites such as IMDb provided us with a range of thriller trailers and film storylines, which helped us to produce some of our rough ideas for our own sequence. Also, college VLEs supplied us with information and links on various PowerPoint presentations, which also included previous students' work, which helped to give a general understanding of the aspects we should be focusing and directed our ideas. YouTube was a key part in the planning stage as it gave us access to view other opening title sequences, which showed us aspects of thrillers including mise-en-scene and editing conventions. We also used the website BBFC, which is a film classification website, which enabled us to research into film age classification and potential thriller target audiences.
We filmed our opening title sequence on a Canon EOS 700D, but prior to filming, we took photos of the victim, Nancy Palm, on a Canon 500D to use as a stalker photos. When filming, we used different shots as well as different techniques. For example, when filming the false protagonist, we used a tripod to create a steady shot that was well framed. On the other hand, some of the shots we took of the murder were filmed handheld to create a jerky feel for the audience, making them feel uneasy. We learnt about how effective handheld filming could be for the audience when doing the research, so therefore we decided to use it in our work. Prior to filming, we always ensured that the focus was okay using text in the background whilst zooming, as well as checking that the exposure and white balance were correct for the location. For example, as it got darker during the day, filming became a bit harder, so we had to add some more exposure, as well as making sure that the shot was fully in focus, because the poor lighting made it slightly grainy. Relating back to the filming, we already thought about possible placements for the titles, such as along the brick line of the homes or a mark on the wooden table as the antagonist opens the briefcase. This made post-production a lot quicker and easier as we already knew where to place them. We browsed for fonts on the website, DAF font, however we went with a simple text that was clear and easy to read for the audience.
We used Adobe Premiere to create an uneasy and mysterious atmosphere through desaturation. This takes the colour out of the shots and makes the overall opening title sequence look colder, which is typically what thriller films try and do to show the evil in society. The placement of our titles was quite tricky because we had to place them in negative space, but luckily we had filmed some really good shots that had perfect negative space available for us. The software allowed us to insert a title, changing the size and the colour. We went with black so it would stand out. After the titles were finished, we had to concentrate on the soundtrack. We visited in Computech and chose 4 possible options: Night of Chaos, Sunset at Glengorm, Water Lily, and Spatial Harvest. We ended up choosing Spatial Harvest because it suited the genre of our OTS the best, by building the tension but not being too powerful. We also added in our Foley sound to give the soundtrack more depth, and we did this by recording us using kitchen utensils to create an unsettling whirling sound. Editing the soundtrack was very difficult because we had to cut and place it in so that it effectively suited certain shots of our OTS, but once we managed this, it started to look extremely professional.